CTV Edmonton, local breaking news with Connor Hogg.
Good evening. City workers are getting a helping hand cleaning up after this week's thunderstorms. It's coming from crews who came up the QE2. A few dozen urban foresters from the city of Calgary are in town to help clear fallen debris. As CTV's Jeremy Thompson reports, we may need them to extend their stay.
Urban foresters feed branch after branch into a wood chipper. For them, the work is familiar, but Borden Park is not.
We're going to convert them to Oilers fans by the time they leave, so we're looking forward to that. But in all seriousness, we can't thank Calgary enough for their help.
After back-to-back storms battered Edmonton this week, some city facilities and public spaces had to close. Infrastructure like this fence was damaged, and countless trees and their branches still clutter streets and parks.
And our priority number one is to make sure all of our public infrastructure is safe.
With more than 3,000 storm-related issues reported to 311, it's just too much for city crews to get to quickly. To help lighten the workload, the city of Calgary sent nearly 50 arborists and road workers up the QE2.
As these repeated events back to back continue to pile up, it really has soddened or saturated the soil, and so it makes trees more vulnerable to being uprooted.
So what do we actually mean when we say record rainfall? Well, imagine each of these cups represents 20 millimeters of rain. In June and July this year, Edmonton received 536 millimeters of rain, way higher than the previous record from 1901 of 359 millimeters, and more than 3.5 times the average rain we see in June and July of 153 millimeters.
It was in the streets, it was all over the sidewalks, up and down.
Property manager Sabina Gibbs cleared some debris from this street herself. The city told her cleanup crews won't be around to dispose of it until late next week. She's thankful the workers from Calgary can help speed it up.
And I believe when they had the flood, we did go and help them because we are neighbors. It's fun to rib them because of the shames, but, you know.
The Calgarian crews are scheduled to help out for a week, but with more storms in the weekend forecast, their stay might be extended. Jeremy Thompson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Edmonton's oldest LRT cars are nearing the end of the line. The city says it will buy 8 more light rail vehicles to support the Metro Line and Capital Line expansion projects. In February, it awarded a contract to Hyundai Rotem for 32 high-floor LRVs with an option to buy more. These trains are replacing the current Siemans fleet that has served the city for more than 45 years.
I think train 1001 has got more than 2 million kilometers on it, so they've earned their retirement, and we're looking forward to cycling those out.
The new LRVs are expected to arrive between 2029 and 2030. Cyclists in Edmonton met up this evening hoping to send a message about why they think biking infrastructure is important.
Critical masses have been happening all around the world for something like 10 years. It started in New York to make it clear that people bike and to show that there's desire for safe, separated infrastructure.
Some of the cyclists at tonight's Critical Mass meetup are running a postcard campaign asking what people like about cycling in the city. The postcards will be sent to Provincial Transportation Minister Devin Dreeshen. Dreeshen has indicated the province is pursuing new bike lane legislation that could restrict where bike lanes are allowed.
We are quite worried about the safety and the equity and the accessibility of our cities for people who don't want to drive a car or don't want to drive a car all the time for every trip.
The Bikeology Guild of Canada says the signed postcards will be sent to Dreeshen for the start of the fall legislature sitting. The Alberta Motor Association says more drivers are speeding on the streets of Edmonton. It says deaths caused by speeding have increased by 73% over the past 5 years. As CTV's Amanda Anderson reports, the AMA is urging drivers to slow down.
Bright sunny skies and bare dry roads are a recipe for problems, according to the Alberta Motor Association.
But we've seen a really disturbing trend of speeding, but especially of excessive speeding increasing over the last 5 years.
Hannah Hamilton says data collected from police, the city and province shows the number of deadly crashes because of speed has gone up 73% in Edmonton. It's also resulted in a 35% increase in major injuries.
Last year is one of the worst in the last 5 years for both major cities, Calgary and Edmonton. Edmonton.
The AMA says last year, Edmonton saw 14 deadly collisions. So far this year, there's been 4. Drivers we spoke with say they've noticed the high speeds too.
I do notice it. I especially notice a lot of motorcyclists, splitting lanes, cutting lanes, and everything like that.
I think speeding has been increasing year-round, probably since the photo radar and that was pulled off.
Hamilton says going 10 kilometers over the posted speed limit can double your risk of a crash. 20 over puts your risk 6 times higher.
Going 20 kilometers over maybe could save you about 2 minutes off your travel time, but that's not even accounting for traffic lights and the ways that the city naturally slows you down.
This driver says education and driver courtesy is what's needed, not enforcement.
People are in such a hurry now that courtesy is second rate, right? More respect for each other. That's what the world seems to be lacking, is respect for one another.
Reminding yourself that you're sharing the road with someone's mom, someone's child, and how you drive impacts their safety as well.
The AMA hopes drivers will give themselves a bit of extra time to get where they're going, not just this long weekend, but year-round. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
A man is facing first-degree murder charges in a death that was originally found to be non-criminal. In June 2024, a 39-year-old man went into medical distress at the Blue Quill Garden Apartments. EMS took him to hospital where he died. Police say because the original call was for a medical situation, there was no police involvement. Almost a year later, police received new information that led them to investigate. Police now confirm he was shot and the death is a homicide. A 40-year-old man was arrested and charged today. The family of a woman killed 50 years ago is still hoping someone will come forward to give them closure. Sunday marks 50 years since Marie Judy Gaudreau's homicide. Police say she was last seen in Edmonton the evening of August 2nd, 1976. Her running vehicle was found abandoned after midnight near Beaumont with her personal belongings still inside. 2 days later, the 17-year-old's body was found in a ditch off Highway 60 north of Devon. Gaudreau's surviving family is still looking for justice.
This person has been able to live 50 good years, and my sister hadn't, all her dreams were quashed. So, really unfair. We'd really like to bring closure and close this chapter.
RCMP say they're still taking tips. They say information that may have seemed insignificant then might still be useful. The parents of Parker Wells have a thank you message to the volunteers who helped search for their son. The message was recorded before the 11-year-old's body was found Wednesday. The family still wanted police to release it.
I'm Parker's mommy.
Hi, I'm Parker's daddy.
I honestly don't think we have a word in English to properly express just how overwhelmingly grateful and appreciative we are of everybody coming out and coming together like this. It means the world to us and more.
A public memorial is being planned in Calgary. An 81-year-old hiker who went missing in Waterton Lakes National Park has been found dead. RCMP say Bob Toothill set out to hike the Great Divide Trail more than 2 weeks ago. Search and rescue crews, Parks Canada, and the RCMP spent 7 days looking for him. His body was found yesterday. In a Facebook post, his daughter says he died after a sudden fall while hiking in the Lineham Ridge area. WestJet has started grounding some planes in anticipation of a strike or lockout on Sunday. The airline hasn't said how many planes have been grounded, but it's advising all travelers to check the status of their flights before heading to the airport. The Flight Attendants Union is continuing to bargain with the airline in hopes of avoiding a work stoppage. If a deal is not reached by Sunday morning, either side could trigger a strike or lockout, leading to hundreds of flight cancellations. A small-town veterinarian is celebrating a rapid recovery after a recent kidney transplant. His surgery's success is being credited to a new machine at the University of Alberta Hospital.
I was on call 7 days a week, which was part of the stressful part of it.
As a veterinarian in Onaway, Dr. David Clipliff is used to working under pressure. When he was diagnosed with kidney failure, he faced a new kind of stress. He eventually had to start dialysis. Then a donor kidney became available. The donated organ was being stored in one of the newest pieces of technology at the University of Alberta Hospital. The ex vivo circulates a preservation solution containing oxygen through a donated kidney. That keeps it healthy and ready for transplant for longer.
It's like installing a water filter or water softener in your house's plumbing system. So it's you need to connect the pipes and turn on the pump.
Dr. Max Levine with the University of Alberta Hospital says donor kidneys take time to work to their full potential. When they're plugged into the ex vivo, the amount of injury to the organ is reduced, which leads to faster recovery times for patients. Clipliff's transplant was a success, with doctors surprised by how quickly his condition improved.
Typically with a kidney transplant, patients require some narcotics for postoperative pain. They take a few days to get ambulating and walking again. But David was off narcotics the first night, was on plain Tylenol. If you don't believe it, you have to check the records a couple times and ask them yourself if that's actually the case.
3 months later, Clipliff is at 60% kidney function and notices the extra energy he has. He even walked in the On-Away parade shortly after surgery.
That was the first time in about 5 years I'd walked the parade route. What it's going to allow me to do going forward is amazing.
A new start, and forever grateful to the technology, the doctors, and the donor who made it happen. Edmonton's Food Bank is encouraging people to make monetary donations at Heritage Festival this year. The festival is typically one of the Food Bank's biggest fundraisers. It says because of site logistics and vehicle restrictions at Horlack Park, it's focusing on financial donations this year. Food Bank tents will be set up at 3 locations in the park where you can donate cash or tap a card. The Food Bank says maintaining donations in the summer is crucial.
People tend to think of the food bank and our work at Christmas and other festive times of year, and our work is necessary and ongoing throughout the course of the year. So this time of year, our food supplies are very low.
Non-perishable food items for donation can always be dropped off at local grocery stores, fire halls, or the food bank warehouse. Food donations will also be collected at tomorrow night's Elks game. Hundreds of kids will return to the ice at the community center in Taber this weekend, 7 months after an explosion put it out of commission. The town has officially reopened the arena at the center. CTV's Carson Marsouk has more.
The first skaters took to the ice in Taber Friday, helping celebrate the reopening of the town's arena.
Great to have this large ice facility back up and running, and we're very much looking forward to a normal season this year.
Last December, a failure of a component within the fuel system of the arena's Zamboni caused a propane leak and large explosion inside the arena, destroying several walls and damaging parts of the arena and curling rink. No one was injured.
It was pretty extensive, and then of course the building's so old, we had a lot of things that needed to be upgraded, not even because of that event, but just because of the age of it. It had to meet current code, so there was a lot of that.
Contractors spent 7 months completing restoration work, and on Friday, a grand reopening was held.
This was an aggressive target to meet, and we were able to meet it.
The mayor says the incident brought the community closer together.
The minor hockey didn't actually lose any games. They managed to fit their games in elsewhere, and we're very, very fortunate and grateful to the municipalities that were able to have ice availability for us, albeit having to travel.
The town also came together and was nominated for Craft Hockeyville, a national competition to receive funding for arena upgrades. Taber came out on top as the winner of this year's competition.
We're thrilled that we're able to win that, and $300,000 in total going to go a long ways towards the repair and bills required for the rebuild.
Repairs continue on the curling club. No reopening date has been set. For now, the town is celebrating the reopening ahead of the hockey season on September 1st.
This community revolves around a community center like this, and the community has been fantastic to deal with the whole way through. They've been really patient and offered help in any way that they could.
Carson Marsouk, CTV News, Lethbridge.
Coming up next, for the first time in 3 years, the Edmonton Elks are opening up the Upper Bowl due to increasing attendance. And also just ahead, a cheesy new musical inspired by the simple joys of a classic Canadian snack.
It's full of surprises, twists. It's not perfect. It's kind of like the Hawkins cheesy.
Good evening, folks. 28 for a daytime high today. We'll get to about 30 tomorrow, and then some storms tomorrow evening. Rainy and windy on Sunday. We'll talk about all that. Take a look ahead to Heritage Day Monday as well in just a few minutes.
For the first time since 2023, the Edmonton Elks are opening the upper bowl of Commonwealth Stadium. The Elks say they've already sold more than 26,000 tickets for tomorrow night's game against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. They're expecting to sell thousands more ahead of kickoff. The lower bowl holds 33,000 fans. The Elks have decided to open a portion of the upper bowl on the east side of the stadium in case they surpass that number.
We're excited. Everybody in the organization is excited. It's going to be great for the players to have a true home field advantage where it's noisy and their offense has a hard time functioning. And that's, we're hopeful that right from the beginning of the game, it's a hostile environment for the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Kickoff for tomorrow's game is 5 p.m. Elections Alberta is defending its process after Water Not Coal organizers have challenged its decision. The agency says the petition against coal mining in the eastern slopes of the Rockies failed to get enough signatures to move forward. Singer Corb Lund organized the petition. He's filed for a judicial review asking the court to set aside the Elections Alberta decision. Water Not Coal claims Elections Alberta applied stricter standards than what was required. The agency says it has a clear and rigorous system that uses a statistical sampling process approved by Alberta's Treasury Board and Finance. Nearly 40 students are graduating from the Edmonton Police Services Youth Recruitment Academy.
We got to bond as a class, and it really provided good insight into policing. Ever since I was little, I've always been interested in a career in law enforcement.
The week-long program gives high school students a chance to experience what it's like to be a police officer. Participants train with patrol officers, forensic experts, Air 1, the tactical and canine units. One student really impressed her commanding officers by becoming the first to ever win 2 program awards.
My heart is just so full of joy. That is a huge honor. I think getting any award or just being accepted into this program is a huge accomplishment and an honor. And just the fact that I was able to get 2 awards means so much to me.
She's a leader amongst her peers. She was confident. She basically took the reins with her class and encouraged everybody.
The Youth Recruitment Academy is open to students in grades 10 through 12 who want to learn more about policing. An iconic Canadian snack has inspired a new original musical playing in Canmore this summer. CTV's Alicia Fieldberg brings us a taste of the show.
Bold, classic, and wonderfully cheesy.
Well, maybe our greatest triumph was making the corn behave this cool.
That describes both a new play and the Canadian snack that inspired it. Hawkins cheesies might seem a strange muse, but not when you consider the merits of the long-standing treat.
It makes me think of community. It makes me think of laughter.
Homegrown Canadian pride to be like, we created that. And you know what? It's great.
The cheesy musical is influenced by the story of the Ontario family business that spawned the salty snack.
It's full of surprises, twists. It's not perfect. It's kind of like the Hawkins cheesy.
Little stick that could be described as a hefty lumpy lump or a skinny scrawny nub.
That sounds disgusting.
While history provides the base, comedy, original songs, and nostalgic Canadiana complete the recipe.
Unofficial story of, in my opinion, what unites a nation and its tradition. Going over to your grandma's house, and every day at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, this magical bowl of cheesies arrived.
Since the play debuted in Canmore this summer, audiences have been eating it up.
They're loving it. We've had people from all over the country who've come and see it, but also a lot of international travelers.
A lot of people have said that it's a lot funnier than they were expecting, but also a lot of people said that it was a lot more heartfelt and kind of more serious than they were expecting.
We make the finest cheesies in this northern hemisphere.
The fan art continues the tradition of word-of-mouth marketing for a company that has never run a radio, TV, or print ad and only sells in Canada. The feel-good musical also gives audiences something to chew on. a message about innovation, determination, and celebration.
I think it has a lot to say about Canada and about how much of a strong culture and a community that we have here.
Coming up after the break, moving mountains to protect the population of monarch butterflies. What's behind the conservation blitz? Next.
They capture our imagination. They give us a sort of an uplifting sense of hope.
Programming brought to you by James H. Brown Injury Lawyers, the heavy hitters of injury law.
Welcome back. 28 degrees. Puts us 4 degrees above average for a daytime high today. Cooler than last year, though. 30 on this day 1 year ago. We'll get to about 30 or 31 tomorrow here in the city. There's your showers and thunderstorms tomorrow morning further to the north. Watch as this upper level low and a surface low slide across the province. You get a really good chance for some thunderstorms, potentially severe thunderstorms, especially from north of Edmonton off to the northeast. In the city, there is a slight risk for some severe thunderstorms as well, and it looks like the most likely time frame would be sort of supper time or into the early evening hours. So we'll keep a close eye on that late in the day tomorrow, especially up around Fort McMurray. You could see some really, really heavy rain and some large hail with some of these storms. Pay close attention in the Edmonton area and off to the east and northeast of the city to severe thunderstorm watches and warnings that get issued through the course of the day tomorrow. It's going to be an active day. This turns over to showers or some steadier periods of rain overnight Saturday night into early Sunday morning. I think maybe we'll get a bit of a break and then some more rain in the afternoon hours. Windy as well on Sunday. Gusts to about 50, maybe 60 kilometers per hour. And then a little bit of a warm up and some sun breaks back through the clouds on Monday. 16 degrees for a morning low in the city tomorrow. We'll be in that range for a daytime high on Sunday. 14, Grand Prairie, Fort McMurray, about 12 tomorrow morning in Red Deer. Hot across the northeast, highs near 30 or into the 30s, around 20 in the northwest, and look at 38 Medicine Hat, 34 for Coronation tomorrow, Red Deer, Lloydminster into the low 30s for a daytime high. It's here in Edmonton probably going to feel in the mid 30s at times tomorrow afternoon once you factor in the humidity, 30 or 31 on thermometers. Chance of storms around supper time or into the early evening hours. In the morning should be fairly sunny, and then gusty, chance of rain off and on through the day, and a high of 16. Back to 21 with a mix of sun and cloud Monday, and it looks pretty dry through the rest of next week. The daytime highs returning to the mid to high 20s by the middle of the week. That is your forecast.
3 countries are coming together for a conservation blitz to help preserve the monarch butterfly population. Thousands of volunteers are needed in North America to document sightings. CTV's Naramanisa explains how Edmonton is playing a role.
They're a symbol, they're an icon.
From its vibrant color to its large wings, the monarch butterfly is considered the most recognizable of its kind.
They capture our imagination. They give us a sort of an uplifting sense of hope. And by doing that, they encourage people to be connected to nature.
This year marks 10 years of the International Monarch Monitoring Blitz. Thousands of volunteers in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico are needed to track the butterfly in all stages, as well as the milkweed plant, the only plant where it lays its eggs.
The program is pretty simple. All you need is to go for a walk with your cell phone. And so you download one of the 2 apps and then you take a look around. If you see the milkweed plant, take a picture. If you see an egg, a caterpillar, or even the butterfly itself, also snap a picture, and then you upload the information and let them know what you saw.
One of the groups behind the project says Edmonton plays a special role.
It's kind of the northern limit where we have monarch observations. So any further north than Edmonton, we're not really seeing any monarchs. And so it's a really kind of cool spot where we're kind of getting that edge of the range, the edge of where we might see monarch butterflies.
Groups like the Edmonton and Area Land Trust have planted milkweed to attract more monarchs. While spottings in our region are rare, it's still important to have volunteers on the lookout.
Scientists can't be everywhere. And so allowing, everyday people to be our eyes on the ground provides so much more data than we could have accomplished just, with scientists going out on our own.
People can download apps through iNaturalist Canada or Mission Monarch. The initiative runs from July 31st to August 9th. Naramanisa, CTV News, Edmonton.
That's our show for this evening. A programming note, CTV Late Night News won't be running Monday night, but we'll be back on Tuesday. For the latest news anytime, visit our website, ctvnewsedmonton.ca. Thank you for spending your time here. Have a good night.